Hey guys, welcome to the Ninja Groomer YouTube channel, and I'm sure you'll see some of this on Facebook as well. I'm BC Henshin. That is
Cat Henshin, the Ninja Groomer. Hey-o!
Hey guys, we aren't real consistent on our YouTube channel, but I wanted to get on here and talk about that upcoming holiday. July 4th is absolutely terrorizing on our pets.
Yeah, I feel like we should take some time and take a moment here just to talk about how dogs are affected with the different fireworks and how we can treat them systemically even before the fireworks start. So we all know fireworks aren't only on July 4th. They last for weeks before and weeks beyond, and our dogs suffer for it. So I thought that BC and I could get on the channel here for a quick minute and talk about a product that we have found that has really helped calm one of our dogs down that does have some anxiety problems. So go ahead, BC.
Well, before I get into that, let's talk about a couple things to understand why our dogs get so terrorized by July 4th. It's not just the explosion. Obviously, that audio boom is rough on them, but it's also the vibration, and they can sense that, and the smell. You know how powerful dogs' scent is. They can smell that gunpowder, and they can feel that vibration, and then of course you have the audio component. Now, we don't personally use any fireworks on July 4th, but our neighbors and friends do. But we have been in this pet care business for over 20 years, basically, and have always struggled to find something that's really effective on our dogs that doesn't just put them to sleep. We're not a big fan of using something from the veterinarian that is just basically putting them out. I used to, when we owned a store in Carmel, Indiana, recommend a CBD product, which was great, and it worked, maybe in about 70% of the dogs that I recommended it to. But since that time, I have really become good friends with the owner of CBD Dog Health. If you go to cbddoghealth.com, you'll find her website. She's a great friend of mine, and I reached out to her because we have a new dog in our family that has some noise sensitivity and some anxiety. So I reached out to her and said, what is the CBD product that I need to use that's going to do my dog well? And she actually recommended a product that she has called Clarity, which is a mushroom blend. So again, nature provides what we need. Rather it be a CBD product or mushrooms, nature knows what we need, and my friend has figured out which mushrooms and how to blend them together and has a product called Clarity. We have a cat.
This is Luna, everybody. She wants to be part of the show.
Yeah, Luna the cat definitely wants to be part of the show. So now's the time to get on the website and order this product. We have a discount code to offer to you guys, and we don't get paid for this. Literally, she is a friend of mine, and I said I wanted to offer it to people who come to our channel and come to Ninja Groomer, and she said, sure, let me give you a code. Ninja 15, right?
Yes, Ninja 15.
Ninja 15 on her website will give you 15% off. Now's the time to order it. If it doesn't work when you're using it in the next few days, then you have time to look at other options. So maybe a CBD product would work. Maybe something from the veterinarian would work. But
I think it depends on the severity of what you're dealing with.
And we have seen success with this from the get-go.
And it's quick. Like, I would say within 10 to 15 minutes, our dog will go from pacing the room back and forth to actually laying down and being calm. Her breathing has slowed down. She's less anxious, and she's ready to go to sleep or whatever for the day. So we've used a lot of different products throughout the years, and I feel like this one is above and beyond as far as results and efficiency, the quickness of how much it works.
And of course, I'm always going to go inside baseball a little bit. The problem with supplements is there really is no regulation to it. There is nobody that is checking a supplement in the pet food world. There is a company called NASC, which will certify some products. That's National Animal Supplement Council, but that is an independent third-party deal. There's no government entity. There's nobody who's checking what's in, how much is in. It could be 1% of an effective ingredient. It could be 100% of an effective ingredient. People can label it however they want. The fact of the matter is, if I wanted to come out with a supplement, let's say I'm growing some mushrooms, I blend them together, I put it in an oil, I could do that. There's no government regulation over supplements. There is some regulation over CBD, but that's a whole different world that I won't get into. But basically, what I'm telling you is use products that have been recommended to you by professionals
and trusted professionals, trusted sources where you know that product is being taken care of and coming from somebody's passion and not the need or desire to make a bunch of money.
Yeah, and our discount code that we're giving you, Ninja15, that's just, I asked her to do that for our grooming clients, and she was more than happy to give us that discount code to give out. We're not making any money off of it. I don't want you to think we're up here shilling products, but if I was going to, she would be one, because I know the owner, I know the company, and more importantly, I know the product and I have seen the results. Mm-hmm. This stuff isn't snake oil. So July 4th, horrible, horrible, horrible holiday for our pets. Great holiday for our country. I want you to go out. I want you to have a barbecue. I want you to have fun. But do something to take care of your pets.
Right.
If you can't do a product like this, put them in a spare bedroom. If you use a crate, that's perfect, because that's their den. It's not about sending them to the dungeon. It's about letting them feel comfortable in a tighter space. So I would take a crate and cover it with a towel or blanket or whatever. Make sure it doesn't get too hot in there. But let them be calm and dark. We put on noise masking music, just something a little bit low in the background. You know, I like the 1812 overture with the cannons going off. That's great for you to calms your pet. No, man, I got
that's
nothing.
That's exactly what I'm trying to avoid.
Right, that's the humor. No, we just like a little light classical music, whatever, something in the background to help drown out that noise, and make sure your pets have an identification on them, or you're 100% sure that they're not going to bolt out those doors. Because I'll tell you, you'll see different behavior if your dog is truly terrorized by something.
Right.
That's when that tail tucks and they just run.
Right, and it's not anything that... It's just pure fear and pure instinct, and they're gone. And they don't, before they know it, they're lost and they don't know where they are. And the day after the 4th of July is actually the busiest day at shelters, because that's how many dogs get loose and become terrified and get lost. So, and I know people that have had this experience that think, oh, I'm just going to take my dog to the fireworks show. They're real social and it's going to be great. And it ends up being the worst experience ever for not only the dog, but also the human. So just keep that in mind. You know, if you've never been in a situation with your dog and you don't know how they're going to react, don't take them to that situation. And now, I'm not saying they can't go to social events or anything like that, because, yeah, of course they can. But just know your dog's limitations and know what you need to do to meet them where they're at and take care of their needs.
Yeah, the most important thing that we want to leave you with is, number one, have your pets contained some way. You know, we like during these type of times, and we actually do this during, you know, if we're having a birthday party over here, regardless if there's noise or not, when there's strangers to our animals coming in and out of the doors, we want to have 2 doors for that dog to get through before it sees outside. So that's why they'll go in a spare bedroom, or they'll go someplace until everybody knows the dog and the dog knows everybody. Mm-hmm. Have identification on your dog. So you may have your dog microchipped, but handwrite with a Sharpie on that collar, provided it's not a leather collar, your phone number. That's all you got to put on there is phone number. That way, if your dog happens to get out and the neighbor picks up your pet, they can call a phone number without having to work to find somebody with a chip reader to figure out. And then they have to call the chip company to get the identification. It's a big mess. So if you're in that situation, have your dog with some type of ID that can be easily read, and most importantly, try and do something. This isn't about just making it easier on our lives. This type of product, this mushroom blend, is going to help calm your pet through this trauma. And that's what it is. It's trauma. Mm-hmm. So, guys, July 4th, great holiday for our country, horrible holiday for our pets. So let's try and help them out.
I agree.
CBD Dog Health. .com. Ninja15 will get you 15% off.
That is the code.
They're pretty good at shipping, but I would get on there and get ordered right away because I know that company is exploding right now. See? I did that.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
She'll give me that one. Hey, folks, keep grooming, y'all.
Keep grooming, y'all.